These are probably the 6 easiest Black Friday sales that you could possibly do that will lead to a huge Black Friday weekend for you, even if no one knows that you planned it super last minute. Hello and welcome to Full Body Yes Sales, the podcast where we show you how to make more sales than ever in your online business in a way that feels authentic, empowering, and feels completely aligned with how you want to do business. Let's dive into today's episode. Hello and welcome back to the Full Body Yes Sales podcast. So I'm super excited for this one because I had an idea of I wanted to put together a video essentially for the person who hasn't fully planned out your Black Friday yet. And we are not too far away from the actual event. We're a week or so away, but maybe you haven't planned everything out yet. Maybe you're not even sure if you're going to do a Black Friday because it feels like a lot of work. And essentially I wanted to put together a list of 6 offers that you can do for Black Friday that are stupidly easy, that are so simple, that are not going to require basically any time from you upfront ahead of time to actually plan this out. You don't need weeks to map this out. You don't need to put any new offer together or anything like that. It's just taking things that you already have, that are already existing in your world, and creating really amazing Black Friday sales from them. Things as well that are proven to do really well for Black Friday. So this isn't me just telling you, just go shove 50% off on this random thing over here, but it's actually things which are proven to just be really successful for Black Friday and just do really, really well. So I wanted to give you some ideas if you essentially are still thinking about Black Friday, you're thinking maybe I won't do it, because you probably should do it. If you're any kind of business owner, you should do Black Friday for sure. Or if you're just looking for some ideas and looking for some inspiration for an offer you could add to what you're thinking of doing for Black Friday, or just what you could do as your initial offer. So first off on that note as well, before I go into these 6, is if you are not planning to do Black Friday right now and you have any kind of business, or you're any stage of business, even if you're on day 1 of business, you should be for sure. Black Friday is such an incredible time to get sales and to get people off the fence as well of thinking about working with you. It is, I think, the most powerful time of the year for anyone who has been considering working with you, anyone who's been thinking about jumping into your world in any capacity whatsoever, to actually make the decision that, yeah, this is actually my time. This is my time to actually jump into this offer, and for you to then actually do something which is a really amazing offer for them that will then likely upsell them into a bigger program of yours, into your main program essentially. So I think it's a really powerful time. I think every single business owner should do it, and you literally have nothing to lose by going out and putting an offer out there. So I wanted to give you some really easy ideas of just some things that you can put together with, again, minimal time required, probably the easiest 6 Black Friday offers you could possibly put together to have a really great Black Friday, even without a huge amount of planning, without weeks of prep ahead of time, and without creating anything new as well. So let's get into the 6 ridiculously easy Black Friday offers which you can pick from here. So the first one is bundle together some old videos which you have. So this can be anything. I pretty much guarantee every business owner has some of these lying around, whether that's an old masterclass which you did, whether that's a workshop you did for clients, whether that is just a training video which you put together a long time ago. Anything which you have, go and look through the archives and see what we have together and see if you can put together a bundle. The best thing about bundle as well is it doesn't need to have one huge big transformation and be a really well thought out module 1, module 2, module 3 sequence like that. It can just be a collection of videos around the same theme essentially. So 2 or 3 videos even. If you have videos around, the topic of money, if you're a money coach, for example, if you have topics around fitness, if you're a fitness coach, whatever it is, think about whether you have some videos or just any content really. Again, this can be resources too. If you have PDFs, which you've got, if you have worksheets for your clients, bundle some things together which fit around the same theme essentially, and offer those as a bundle. Now this is such a powerful thing to do, and I actually had this as my Black Friday offer a couple of years ago, I think it was now. I did a Black Friday workshop and I sold the recording of this. So the recording of this 2-hour workshop, where in this workshop, me and my clients essentially mapped out our Black Friday offers live. So in the first part, in the first hour, we went through, okay, how do you map out your Black Friday offer? How do you decide what to sell? How do you decide how you're selling it? How do you decide what your incentives are going to be, what discount to offer? How do we then go about selling this? So what are the strategies that work really, really well from someone who's done several Black Fridays and worked with clients on many, many, many more Black Fridays as well? And actually what works really well, what's really strategic. And then in the second part, we went through a case study of my Black Friday and how I did this, how I led to almost £20,000 of upsells as well from this Black Friday, and essentially just how I did all of this. It's such a great class just put together to really plan out your Black Friday really intentionally and strategically to be successful essentially. So I will as well put the link in the description for that because I still have that recording up. So if you're wanting to jump into the recording and plan out a Black Friday, it's super last minute, you can do this literally in 2 hours. Just watch this and your Black Friday will be fully mapped out. You'll know exactly how to sell your offers as well. And it is not too late at all to jump into that. So if you're looking to plan out your Black Friday, definitely check the link in the description and jump into that workshop there. So again, then jumping back to this idea of a bundle, this is really powerful because you don't need any new content. I'm not telling you to go out and film a new video, put together a new PDF. It's literally picking up things that you have already, which, let's be real, they're falling into the archives. You forgot that they existed still. You haven't touched them in years. You did this masterclass 2 years ago, but it was still really good. It's just been a long time. So we've kind of forgotten about it and haven't used it for anything since. It's really just repurposing things we already have and just packaging them up in a new way, essentially. So have a look through anything you have and see, are there any masterclass recordings? Are there any, client PDFs that I put together? Anything that I can just bundle together that I already have, don't need to create anything new, under a certain theme and just sell, for example, a money bundle, sell a fitness bundle, whatever that is for you. The second ridiculously easy Black Friday offer that you can put together and offer so simply and so quickly is a one-time one-to-one session with you. This is not something we need to plan ahead of time. It's just a 1 hour call that someone's getting with you. Offer maybe a 25% discount on this and just give people the opportunity to book in a 1 hour session with you. Give a specific transformation though on, what is a topic you're going to be working on together? What is a specific transformation? What's the specific result we're getting? So for example, if you're a fitness coach, you might be saying, okay, let's plan out your gym routine, for example. And we're going to map out your fitness routines. You know exactly what you're doing. You have a full plan in this hour together. Actually mapping out, what's this going to be for, means that we're selling still a specific transformation. We're not just selling, come and have an hour-long call with me, which, let's be real, people want the transformation, not the I'm going to sit on a Zoom call with you for 1 hour. So actually having a clear transformation from that can be so powerful. It can still be a little bit open and a little bit broad, of course, because there's going to be different people, but just think, okay, what do we want to use this hour for? What's going to be most strategic? And also, I think this is such a powerful offer to have going into the new year because everyone's starting to think about, no matter what industry you're in, about the new year, about 2025. So it could even be mapping out, okay, if you're an email copywriter, okay, what is going to be my email strategy for 2025, for example. So getting ahead of things, mapping out that, and means that we can have our session before 2025, get you started, you have all your strategy, etc. So that can be such a powerful and easy offer to do. Again, it requires no work basically from you, just saying, hey, here's the link to my calendar. Here's the 1 hour session, 25% off of that. Is such an easy offer to put together. And also the really nice thing about this as well is it is literally perfect for upselling towards a full one-to-one package with you or towards your higher package. Again, if you're having a specific plan for what you're using this for example, if it's the strategy and we're mapping out the strategy, and then the full one-to-one package would look like me implementing that with you and me doing that with you and actually taking you through that and going through the learning curves essentially as we're implementing that strategy. This can be such a perfect upsell for one-to-one as well after Black Friday. The third stupidly simple Black Friday offer that you can put together super last minute is offering some 2025 support. So support for next year, but just give them some bonus of something before the new year essentially. So obviously Black Friday, it's the very end of November. So we still have a month before the new year. But already people are starting to think about, what investments do I want to make in my business next year? What investments in my life? What are going to be my New Year's resolutions? What are my goals for next year? People are already thinking about that now. So actually having an opportunity where they can lock in their mentorship or lock in their support or lock in something that's going to help them with their New Year's goals for 2025, and they can already lock that in ahead of time, but also they get a bonus for Black Friday instead of offering a discount on your services, because this is probably going to be a higher level service like one-to-one, mastermind, something like that, that's going to be for this offer specifically. But instead of offering a big discount on that, what you can do is just add an incentive of, okay, we're going to give you some extra support before the new year. It could be we're going to have a VIP day. It could be we're going to have a strategy session. It could be we're going to have a client exclusive workshop, which you can come to, anything along those lines. But that can be really nice of feeling like it starts now, but also we've very much got that tone of, I'm looking in my support for 2025. I know that for 2025 now, I feel really good about my goals and actually making them happen because I know I've got this support that I've now paid for essentially ahead of time. So it can be really powerful doing that as well for a Black Friday offer. Now, on as well the note of the new year coming up, number 4 for a really, really simple Black Friday offer that you can put together with minimal effort or no effort basically right now for you in the next week as Black Friday approaches is actually pre-selling some kind of workshop, masterclass, live class essentially around the new year time. So as I said, as we know, people are obsessed with New Year's resolutions. They love this idea of it feels like a fresh start. What do I want to achieve in the next year? Here are my goals. So anyone who's in your audience probably has some kind of goal around the area that you help people with. If it's fitness, if it's copywriting, if it's business coaching, whatever it is, they have some kind of goal around that. We know for everyone in your audience. So actually giving them an opportunity to pre-sell, essentially pre-buy a masterclass, a workshop, anything which you're doing live sometime around the new year to essentially set them up for 2025 can be so powerful as well. So what you want to do then with this, all you need to do is think about, okay, what would be my topic? Is it going to be, okay, how to actually hit your fitness goals, for example, in 2025? And that's my topic. We're going to be doing it the first week of January, for example. Just think about what is your topic going to be? What's the transformation? What are they going to get out of this masterclass, this live event? And then actually what's the date which I'm going to hold this on? And then you have the whole next month as well to map out the exact content of what are the slides like? What is this going to look like? But right now you can pre-sell this with just the concept with especially as well, this is the early bird, so they're getting a bit of a discount. So all the details don't need to be released necessarily about this, but they can get an early bird discount for jumping in now and pre-buying for this workshop, which is happening, let's say, in the new year, in the first week of January or last week of December, maybe, when people are really thinking about this kind of thing. And you can have that masterclass specifically then ready to go by the time you get to there. Again, this is one of those ones which is so powerful of just taking advantage of that new year energy, essentially. People are just even more excited about their goals. They're feeling even more driven. So actually taking advantage of this and recognizing this and leaning into this with your Black Friday offers can be so powerful of just a, reason that people would jump in when they typically wouldn't jump in for a planning session, let's say. Jumping in for a planning session at the start of 2025 feels like it makes a lot of sense because of course we're planning out our new year. It feels really exciting. So actually thinking about, how can I theme things around the new year can be such an easy way to do your Black Friday offers as well, of essentially taking something which is a very normal thing and just theming it around the new year, approaching the next year, planning for the next year can be really great. A 5th easy Black Friday offer that you can put together this week is actually taking 20 to 40 or 50% off of a passive offer which you have, which is already something that people know about, already something which people are interested in. So this is really powerful if you're someone who has, several courses. Maybe you have a course or so in the background, which maybe you haven't launched in a while, maybe you haven't spoken about it in a little bit. And actually this is something that you can very easily, people know about it. People are very aware that you offer this specific thing. They've heard you talking about it. So you can very easily do a really nice discount on that. Again, it's passive, so you can afford to do a 40% discount and you're not losing a huge amount of your time, for example, with this because it's passive, doesn't require any extra time for you. Again, it's already set up, so you're not creating anything new as well. But this is really great for anyone who has been thinking about this because if it's something you've spoken about before, people are aware of it. There's probably at least someone who's been thinking about it, been considering if this is a good fit for them. So actually giving them that option of actually jumping into this specific offer at Black Friday with this nice discount can be really great as well. Now, if you've got several offers like this, if you have a real suite of offers and you have several passive things that you're thinking, what do I want to offer? There's a few different ones that I could do here. Then actually what I would say there, the advice I would give is pick your most popular one. What feels like the easiest sell essentially for people? What's always the go-to? What's the easy one for you to talk about and people jump in straight away essentially? Because that's really what you want with Black Friday, especially with there being a lot of noise, there being a lot of people doing other offers. A lot of your competitors are doing kind of similar offers as well. We want something which feels really easy for people to say yes to and feels like an easy yes for people. Now, the 6th offer that I would say is a just really easy, minimal time and effort required for Black Friday offer is, and I think this is probably actually such an underused thing, so if someone does use this, please let me know because I love seeing this, is actually offer essentially an all-access pass for the next year in your business. Now, this wouldn't include obviously one-to-one, this wouldn't include a mastermind, this wouldn't necessarily include a group program, but this would include any masterclasses which you do, any bundles which you do, any client events which you do, for example. So it can be really nice, especially if you know that you do several of these a year. For example, with me, I know that I tend to do maybe 2 low ticket kind of event things throughout the year on average. And then I do several masterclasses as well around that. I typically will do that. So for me, for example, that could be, okay, I'm gonna sell this offer, this all access pass. I'm gonna promise there's gonna be a minimum of 2 events next year. But also the best thing, and this is what people are really banking on and what they're getting the extra value for, is they're paying, yes, up front for these 2, but also they are, if there's any extra, they're getting them completely free. They're just added in essentially. So that can be really nice if, you know, someone's really wanting support from you and they know that they're already looking for some support. They're maybe not ready for your higher ticket package yet and actually jumping into one-to-one with you, but they would love it. Okay, I have access to everything she's doing next year. So this is really nice for the people who are, you know, really big fans of your work. They love what you do. They are loving everything that you put out there and they're just wanting more of that essentially. So paying in advance for, okay, I'm going to get access to everything that she's putting out next year, all of these content pieces, all these events, these masterclasses, etc., can be so powerful there. And again, I would just have the minimum is going to be this number of something you know you'll definitely do. So it could be, there's going to be a minimum of 2 of these events, for example, which you're paying for, but any extra on top of that, obviously you just get for free basically is included. So that is the really great part of that, is then it's not a, you know, if an event comes up and if I'm talking about an event now, do I want to jump into that? Do I want to pay that extra? Because it's already prepaid. Essentially, you've paid ahead of time and you know it's someone who is just a really, really big fan of yours, essentially. They just love your work, which is always really nice as well. Now for the pricing for this, I would offer a small discount, but I don't think it needs to be anything crazy because again, as I said, the real incentive for this, the real draw for this is the fact of, okay, we know there's going to be at least 2 of these events, for example, but I know because I followed her for a year that actually this year she did 3, she did 4. So I know that I'm probably going to get extra value essentially. So that is a real value piece. That's a real draw and incentive towards this offer specifically. But I would still say do a little bit of a discount because that can be really nice as well, just for someone jumping in ahead of time and just as a thank you for the confidence there. And again, this is something which is really nice and passive for you because you don't need to create anything new right now. These were things which you were probably going to do anyway. And I would only do this if your business model very much operates in that way anyway. So you already have several low cost events or mid-ticket events, for example, which you do throughout the year. But this is something you're going to be doing anyway. So it's just getting an extra person just in ahead of time, essentially, that's going to be coming to these events. So as I said, you should definitely be doing a Black Friday offer. If you're not already thinking about it, pick one of these 6. I think these 6 really nicely cover all different levels of business, all different types of business. Even if, for example, you don't have any courses, don't have anything you could bundle at all, don't know if you're going to be doing any events next year or anything like that, you can still do a single one-to-one session. That can be a really nice one, or something around the new year. I think there's something very much for everyone in here. So if you have already not planned a Black Friday sale, this is your sign. This is your sign right now to actually pick one of these 6 and pick one of these as your Black Friday sale, because again, this is the most powerful time of year to actually be doing some kind of sale, be putting an offer on. People are looking to buy, people are looking for discounts, people are looking for where they want to spend their money essentially this time of year. So actually you having something is really powerful for giving your audience a chance to jump in, and also for lead generation, as I've said, with actually upselling after and seeing who is a really good fit for your higher ticket programs as well, because a lot of Black Friday sales can lead towards your higher ticket programs too. So definitely keep that in mind when you're thinking about your offer as well. And again, these are low maintenance kind of offers, so don't overcomplicate this. Pick something nice and easy, pick some key messaging and wording around that and just roll with that. Put out a payment link and see who signs up. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, I will put the link for the Black Friday workshop in the description. I will also put the link for my Black Friday exclusive secret menu, which I hinted about in the last video as well. This Black Friday, I'm just putting together a menu essentially of several different offers. I'm not gonna be talking about them publicly, so this is the only way you can see what I am even offering for Black Friday. So check out the link in the description for those 2 links. Make sure you subscribe as well, because again, I'm gonna be doing a final Black Friday series, mini series essentially video next week to help you with your Black Friday sale, which I hope you are doing now. I hope I fully convinced you. And make sure you give this video a like if you found this helpful as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.